What is an NPT? This is a treaty on the non-proliferation of nuclear weapons. This is also known as the Non-Proliferation Treaty. This treaty is among the most of the landmark international agreement that aims to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons and promote cooperation in the peaceful use of nuclear energy because it prevents new countries from becoming nuclear powers and they can use nuclear energy peacefully and working to eliminate nuclear weapons from the world. Now, this treaty has faced some criticism as well because it only allowed the five nuclear powers to possess nuclear weapons, which feels unfair to the rest of the world. So, in total, if we talk about that, how many countries have the nuclear weapons? So, there are total nine countries in the world that acquired the nuclear weapons and revealed their presence to the whole world. Now, among these nine countries, there are some that made their announcement officially that they have the weapons, while some countries have never declared that how many nuclear programs that they have, but they are still considered as the nuclear powers internationally. So, the first nuclear power is America, or say USA, United States of America. This is the first ever country in the world to develop nuclear weapons. This is the same country that dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945. Hiroshima and Nagasaki are the cities of Japan, and this thing happened in the final days of the World War II. Now, the second central power is Russia. Russia also conducted its first nuclear test in 1949, and after this, it became the world's second nuclear power after the United States. Third nuclear power country is Great Britain. Great Britain conducted its first nuclear test in 1952 and it became the third nuclear power country. The fourth number is France. France also conducted a nuclear test in 1960 and became the world's fourth nuclear power. China is on the fifth number. China conducted its first nuclear test in 1964 and became the fifth country to acquire the nuclear power. India is on the sixth number. India also conducted its first nuclear test in 1974 that named was Smiling Buddha and it was the first non-Western and non-NPT country to acquire a nuclear capability. Now we will discuss it later that what is an non-NPT country. The seventh nuclear power holding country is Pakistan. Pakistan conducted its first nuclear test in the hills of Chawi, Balochistan on May 28, 1998. And this nuclear test was done in response to India's 1998 test. Next is the turn of North Korea. North Korea also conducted its first nuclear test in 2006, and after that, it became the world's eighth official nuclear power. Finally, the Israel is also considered as a nuclear power, but it has never officially declared it. It is considered as an unofficial nuclear power worldwide. It is estimated that Israel has dozens of nuclear weapons. Okay, as you know that it's a treaty signed by most of the countries. So what were the main objectives behind this NPT treaty? So basically there were three main objectives. First one, preventing the spread of nuclear weapons. If you see in the past, there were only few countries or say five countries that were having the nuclear weapons. Before 1967, there were the countries like United States, Russia, China, France, and United Kingdom. Only they were having the nuclear weapons, and all other countries were not allowed. So, the second thing, peaceful use of nuclear energy. Now, every country has the right to use the nuclear energy, but it should be peaceful because all the countries have the right to use this. They can use it in the positive way, like such as they can use to make electricity in the field of medicine, agriculture, and scientific research as well. Now, the third point is that this treaty encourages the complete elimination of nuclear weapons from the world. That means that even countries that possess the weapons, they should also get rid of them because this is not a useful thing for humans. It can only cause destruction. The question arises that how many countries have signed and how many have not. Total 191 countries have signed this treaty, and it is one of the most signed treaties in the history of United Nations. And what are the countries that didn't sign it? There are only three countries: India, Pakistan, and Israel. So, what do you think? What was the reason behind this that these three countries didn't sign? According to me, that these three countries didn't sign this because they believe the treaty is unfair and only protects the old nuclear weapons, that five nuclear power countries, that only they are allowed to do anything. The rest of the countries cannot do cannot do anything for their own protection. So that's why these three countries still didn't sign the NPT.